Welcome back to the Sports Whip. I'm Kory Keys, and we're pleased to be joined by Rebel assistant basketball coach Torrey Ward. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate you having me.
First and foremost, what's it been like reestablishing a program and seeing your work pay off?
I'll tell you, it's been good. It's been good to be here for 4 years and just, putting in a lot of hard work and finally see it come to fruition. Of course, we haven't met our goals with getting into the NCAA tournament, but we're pleased with where we're going.
You guys have basically the past 2 seasons have gotten some lofty praise in the SEC West, predicted to win the West by some. Talk about what that's been like, and especially this season, losing Tarico White and Neil Polynice, Murphy Holloway. Talk about what that's going to be like with expectations.
Well, definitely. First of all, we like to be picked last every year because the lower you are, the better you get to do. But losing Murph and Tarico will definitely be a blow, but we think we've refilled the roster with some good players, and we had Nick Williams sitting out. We think he'll be a big-time contributor to us, and we want to got some front court guys who we think will be as good, if not better, than Murphy.
We talked about guys that you lost. Now we talk about guys you have coming back. Talk about Chris Warren and his development. He came in relatively unknown out of Florida, and he's turned into arguably the best guard in the SEC.
Well, definitely. He's taken it to another level. I mean, he is our most steady guy every game, every practice. He's the guy on the court that's going to give you his all day in, day out. And this year, so far during workouts, he's shown that he's taken his game to another level and his commitment to being a better player to another level.
Let's talk about the front court a little bit. You lose a guy like Murphy Holloway and DeAndre Cranston as well, who saw heavy minutes inside.
Right.
Now you've got new guys, DeMarco Cox, you've got Stedman Short, even Isaiah Massey, who's more of an inside out. Talk about them and how important they're going to be inside.
Well, all 3 of those will be integral parts to our team. Starting with DeMarco Cox, he's a big body.
Right.
He's something we've never had as a guy that can run, and he's huge and he can run for his size. He should be playing left tackle starting Saturday, but he's coming a long way. We're going to be able to throw him the ball close, and he's going to be able to do some things for us. Isaiah Massey is an athlete like we've never had before, just from a running, jumping standpoint. And Stedman brings kind of a seniority type deal to us, where he's been through the loops, he's been through the rigors of college basketball, and he'll help us just by being solid and smart. As
far as guard play goes, you know about Chris Warren, you got Zach Graham, Trevor Gaskins. Graham, a guy who really emerged last year, who can be that number 2 scorer if Warren is shut down on an off night. Talk about the new guys there with Nick Williams after coming over from Indiana. If Donald Williams gets cleared, stuff with that. Talk about those guys.
Well, definitely. Nick had a good year productivity-wise last year for us as being a practice player, coming in and working on his game. He's lost some weight. He's getting in the best shape of his life. He's really shooting the ball. He'll be good for us because, like I said, Stedman, he's been through it. He played at Indiana and started as a freshman, and we're counting on him to do big things for us. And as far as Donald Williams, when and if he does get cleared, and we expect that to happen here in the next 24 hours.
There you go.
Again, he's a guy, played at Kentucky, didn't play, but he redshirted, and being in a Billy Gillispie practice, he'll have already been going through that. He'll be good for us.
You guys released the schedule last week, and I saw that come out, and you got an NCAA tournament team, Murray State, on there coming into Oxford. You're going to play another NIT team, Dayton, which was a team who was as good defensively as I saw all year. And talk a little bit about Penn State and Dayton. These are some major programs you guys are going to get to test yourselves against.
Well, definitely. Dayton, we played them last year in NIT, and we played them right down to the wire. They're a top 50 RPI team day in and day out, year in and year out. So we expect them to be a tough test for us, as well as you mentioned Penn State. Anybody from a BCS league is always going to give you that pop, but give you a chance to test and see where you are. And then going to Miami will be a tough test. And you mentioned Murray State, who knocked off Vanderbilt last year in the NCAA tournament. All those games will test us early, just to get us ready for at Florida in January.
And in the SEC, especially in the West, particularly with Mississippi State losing a couple guys, but Renardo Sidney's there. Talk about how you guys are going to adjust and push them, if not take over, and win the West outright.
Well, we like to win the West outright every year. I mean, it's a battle between us. We hate to lose to them, just like all the Rebel fans do. When it comes time to beat them, we'll be as prepared as we can possibly be and try to take it up a notch.
This program hasn't had many expectations before you guys got here with Rod Barnes, the head coach. Some of that kind of went by the wayside. Now that a breath of life has come back into the program, people are starting to have expectations, and the fan base is giving more expectations. Talk about what that's like for you guys.
It's a good thing, to tell you the truth, and we expect more of ourselves than the fans do. I mean, if you only knew how it was in the locker room after we lost the game, or even now, we're all thinking, hey, we got to do this. We've got the talent to do this. Let's build on it and hope that it comes to fruition. But we appreciate all the fan support, and our fans have been great so far. And you know, expectations are good. You got to either live up to them or you don't make it.
I know you can't name names or anything like that, but I know you guys have hit the recruiting trail hard. And talk about how important that is, especially recruiting in the state of Mississippi, where there's a lot of talent this year.
Definitely, and we lose a lot. Losing Chris and Zach at the end of this year, with both of those having been 4-year starters.
Right.
We're on some good guys, and like you said, the state's loaded, and we're going to put our best foot forward and hope we land a couple McDonald's All-Americans.
All right, Coach, thanks for joining us.
No problem.
And that's all we have for tonight. Special thanks to Torrey Ward for joining us. Be sure to follow the Sports Whip on Twitter and join our fan page on Facebook. We'll see you next time on the Sports Whip. Have a good week, everybody.